welcome. Thanks for joining me today for another video tutorial. And guess what? This is my first video tutorial using some of our brand new products out of the new 2019-2020 annual catalog. OMG. And I'm so happy because I'm really excited to share with you how I created these really stinking adorable treat bags. Oh my gosh. So I was actually inspired to create these for my catalog launch party. So I had a local and an online, and for everyone who attends or attended, depending on when I'm posting this video, they received one of these cute little bags, and it has some little goodies in it. And it was a lot of fun to create and use as a display at my event. So without further ado, I wanted to share with you how I created it, what I used to create it, and I also want to tell you guys where you can find it in our catalog, because guess what, I can show it to you now because it went live on the 4th. So without further ado, let me go ahead and tell you all of that information, and we're going to get into Stampin'. Alright, so the first thing I used on this project was the Above the Clouds bundle. So since this is a brand new bundle in our new annual catalog, you can save 10% when you purchase both the stamp set and the punch together. So this stamp set is called Above the Clouds. It's photopolymer and it comes with 19 stamps. That's quite a bit of stamps. And here is the hot air balloon punch, which is really nice. All right. So about the stamp set, this is considered what you would call a two-step stamp set, which means you have to do, there's a couple of steps that you have to do in order to create the end, get the end result that you see here. Okay, so you can use, so there's outlines, and then there's like the images that you can use to ink up and color in those outlines. Now that's optional, you don't necessarily have to do that, but that is the purpose of a two-step stamp. And I'm going to actually show you that technique in a moment after I tell you exactly what you're going to need for this card when we start stamping. But I love this stamp set because I was really in love with the Lift Me Up stamp set out of our last catalog, and it had coordinating dies with it. And I'm so happy that Stampin' Up decided to come out with another hot air balloon stamp set this time around too. And it's a lot of fun because it's like, I love the sentiments. There's life is a beautiful ride, let your dreams soar, we rise by lifting others, you're off to great places. And there's so many different like little images. There's 2 ways, or well, 3 ways you could do a balloon. There's some little baby balloons, there's some flags, or there's a flag, there's some birds in here, some little seagulls. Maybe those are seagulls. There's a cute like little basket, a heart, and there's some really awesome clouds as well. Oh, and hi friend, I forgot that one. And you're off to great places, I think I said that. But a really cute stamp set. Another thing about this punch is that the punch coordinates perfectly with this. It punches the balloons out perfectly, and then it also punches out the basket so you don't have to fuzzy cut it, and it cuts out these cute little triangles that you can use as banners as well. So a lot of fun, a lot of versatility with this stamp set. So where can you find it? Well, if you look in our annual catalog, and let me know if you want a copy. The first copy is always a complimentary copy that I send out. After that, I just ask all of my customers to place an order within the last 6 months and let me know that they want one, and then they'll receive one. But if this is your first time and you would like one, let me know either in the comments, or you can email me at thecraftsergeant@hotmail.com. So our catalog this year is set up just a little differently, okay? And I love how they changed the format. So in the front of the catalog, you'll see that there's what's called a bundle index. And this shows you all of the new bundles that are in the catalog, and it gives you the page numbers where you can immediately turn over to get to that bundle or whatever you're looking for. And what's really cute, look at there, there's another Above the Clouds card. It's so simple, so cute. So let's look and find the Above the Clouds bundle, because I haven't really familiarized myself with the catalog just yet. Still learning it, along with all of the terminology and the work and the names of stuff. So we can find this this bundle on page 89, and right here it kind of gives you a snapshot. It tells you how much it costs, and it tells you it shows you what it looks like, what it coordinates with, and then there's a cute little sample here as well. So this is page 89. So let's swing on over there. Let's see here. There we go. That was really easy, right? All right, so on page 89, this is where you'll find the stamp set. And keep in mind, everything that I'm listing off today, I'll also have the links down below in the description box as well. So if you, so when you place an order for any of the items that you see today, there is a link that'll take you straight to my online store. But anyways, so here is the bundle, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this, probably did, I don't know, I'm all over the place right now, but you can buy it as a bundle. So you can save 10% when you buy both the stamp set and the punch together. And there's some really cute and stinking adorable samples here as well. And this box was actually inspired for this one. I wanted to create this one, but then I'm like, let me change it up a little bit. And this is what I came up with, guys. How fun using the samples in the catalog to create your own works of art. All right, so that's a little bit about the stamp set and stuff and where you can find it. All right, so let me go ahead and tell you what else you're going to need. So one thing that they did retire, but I am going to use this to create this, is my my gift bag punch board. Now, We Are Memory Keepers has a gift bag punch board as well, so I'll have that linked down below in the description box as well. Okay, so if you don't have one of these, you'll be able to get your hands on one. But this is my Stampin' Up one, and like I said, it was retired. I was kind of sad to see this go, but that's how I created this cute little bag. All right, so let me go ahead and start off with creating this cute little bag real quick. All right, so I have my gift bag punch board, and I am going to use a piece of Flirty Flamingo that measures 6 inches by 11 inches, and this is going to create like a medium-sized bag. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to follow the directions through and through on my board. Okay. So the first thing, if you have one of these, you'll probably be able to stamp along with me. And I'm not sure about the regular We Are Memory Keepers board, but you want to make sure that you read the directions before you start. But this is the Stampin' Up one. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, and I am going to start measuring out my bag. So I am doing a medium bag, so this is the first score line that I'm creating. So I'm creating the big part of the bag first, and then I'm creating my horizontal line all the way across. Okay. Then I'm going to move that first score line down, and I'm going to line it up with the start line here. I'm going to punch, and then I'm going to create the side of my box. And I'm going to bring that horizontal line all the way back, all the way down. And then this last score line, I'm going to line that little guy up with the start line here. I'm going to punch once again, and then I'm going to score it for the medium bag. Then I'm going to move it down again. Oh, I didn't score that all the way horizontal. I forgot the horizontal line. Then I'm going to move this down one more time. I'm going to line that last score line up with the start line. And I'm going to punch. And then I am going to score all of my side score lines. Just like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this around 180 degrees. And I'm going to line it up with any of these score lines here. And I'm going to bring that score line down. And I forgot to punch. Let's see here. I did forget to punch, y'all. That's okay. I can always go back. Here we go. All right. So here we are. We'll flip it back 180 degrees again. And I'm going to bring it down to this last score line where the little flap is, and I'm going to make sure I punch because I need that punched, just like that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the trash out the way. I'm going to flip my my give back punch board around, and I'm going to create the holes for my bag. So on the flat side, I'm going to line this up with the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and just punch my holes where they need to go. I remember first using this thing, I could not figure out the holes to save my life. And now I feel like I understand where the holes are supposed to go on here. All right. So let's move that out of the way along with our trash. All right, so now I'm going to take my paper snips, if I can find them, up here on my messy table. And there's this little flap here. Okay, so this is like, it's like about like 1/4 of an inch of strip here. You're gonna cut off this little flap here, and then I'm going to angle or miter this corner down here to cut that little piece off, just like that. And there we have our bag. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some stamping onto our bag. So I am going to grab a scrap piece of paper, and you're gonna need some sort of foam, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're going to start off doing some of our background stamping. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I used those really cute small hot air balloons, and I created a tone-on-tone background. So I used some Flirty Flamingo. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp off, and then I'm gonna just stamp randomly all over this this bag. All right, so there we go. So I have my stamped balloons all over this bad boy. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on with our stamping. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my piece of scrap Whisper White, and this is where I'm gonna show you guys how I did the the two-step stamping, okay? So we're gonna take the balloon images, both of the outlines and the solid for the big balloon. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with the Granny Apple Green balloon. So I am going to create the outline first. One thing to note is when you're using the punch, you wanna make sure that you get your balloons closer to the bottom edge of the cardstock, so that way you're not having to have a lot of waste and try to figure out how to manipulate the cardstock in order to get it to punch out right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up the solid image, and then I'm going to do the second step of the two-step stamping process, and then I'm going to just line that up with the outline, and there you go. Isn't that awesome? And if you notice, there is some of the stamp that doesn't transfer completely on, but that's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to have like a watercolor wash look. All right, so now I'm going to continue on and stamp my banner or my flags. So in full strength, I'm gonna line the flags up for the outline, and then I'm gonna go in behind this with my full strength. I'm gonna color it in just like that. And then I'm going to flip this over like this. I'm gonna clean my stamp off real quick. Perfect. And then I am going to take Coastal Cabana. Sorry, I keep hitting my stand today. And then I'm going to ink up the outline for this balloon. Stamp it down. And then I'm going to take the inside portion of the balloon. I'm going to stamp it off. And then I'm going to line it up and stamp on top of the balloons. All right, so one thing that you can do that I have learned is that you can create a template. And this template helps you to stamp all of the images that you need, both the balloon and the basket. and you're able to line it up with a punch to get it to punch out at the same time. Now me, I still am having a little challenge trying to line up my basket when I'm trying to punch it. So I use a little strip of paper, but I'm going to try it for the sake of this video. I'm going to try to line it up right. But if it doesn't work, I'm just forewarning you, I will probably end up going back to my first method of punching these out. So what you're going to do is you're going to create, all I did was I took a piece of Whisper White, I punched out the images with the punch, and now I cut it out into like a square, and now I have my template. So all I have to do is just lay it on top, or you can just lay it on top of your cardstock initially, and then you can begin stamping that way. But then all you have to do, oh, that's cute, that's perfect, is line them up. So this is soft suede. I'm stamping this basket in, and then for the inside of the basket, I stamped off to create a lighter color on the inside of the basket. So I'm going to try this with this one. All right, so full strength. I'm going to try to line up this basket. That's perfect. And then we're going to color it in. Oops, smooth that out of the way. Color that in, just like that. So now, in a perfect world, sometimes Tara's world is not perfect, you should be able to line this up in your punch and punch it out. And it should have the perfect outline. And it works. All right, so then we're going to do the same with this one. Try to line it up as best as I can. Oh, and I think it's going to work this time. It did. Perfect. Awesome. And see, this is what I mean. You can punch out little flags in different colors to create a flag along your balloon, and you can pop them up with dimensionals or glue them down. It's a lot of fun. All right, so that works perfectly. So now I don't have to do it separately. That's good news. All right, so now I'm gonna take my little strip of Whisper White, and I'm gonna take my gorgeous grape. Ooh, I'm pulling stuff all into this frame. And then I'm gonna take my sentiment, if I can find it, the one that says "Hi Friend." I'm gonna ink it up, and then I'm going to just stamp that right there. And then close up my ink pad before I make a mess. And I'm going to cut this down. This is the little strip I was telling you about. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. That's perfect. All right. So now we have all of our stamped pieces. So now it's time for us to assemble. So I'm going to push all of these little guys out of the way. And I am going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to crease along the edges of this bag. All right, so I'm going to face the inside of the box or bag. I keep saying box, but I'm going to face it up, the inside upwards. And then I'm going to take some tearing tape, which I forgot to tell you guys that you needed earlier. You can use regular glue for this too. But I prefer tearing tape when it comes to 3D projects because it's a little more sturdier. All right, so I'm going to just apply a little bit of that here. Just like that. And then I'm going to peel this little guy up. All right, so there's our boxes now starting to come together. And then I'm going to flip it upside down like this, and I'm going to fold in the two small flaps like so. And then I'm going to apply some tearing tape on the upside of one of these larger flaps. And I'm going to try to get this as even as possible. Just like that. Stick my hand in the center to kind of stick it together. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and kind of wiggle it around in there and press down on that adhesive to make sure that it sticks properly. All right, and there you go. There's our bag. All right, so now at this point, you're going to want to fill your bag with all kinds of goodies, candies, chocolates, whatever it is. And then I'm going to take some twine, if I can get it off of the roll. And then I'm going to feed, I'm trying to figure out which side I like better. I like this side better. We're going to feed this twine through, or thread, or whatever you want to call it, baker's twine, baker's thread. I'm going to feed it through like this. And then you guys know me about these bows, y'all. I don't tie bows the normal way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie my knots, and then I tie a bow. But I'm not going to tie this just yet because I need to put some treats in it. So what we're going to do at this point is I'm going to create our cute little embellishment here that you see with the balloons. Okay, so what I did for that is I took my Starburst punch and some of our glimmer paper, and I'm just gonna punch out a Starburst from that, and then I'm gonna take some of my liquid glue and I'm gonna put a little bit of that on the, I guess it's like my right side of the balloon. I don't want it all over the balloon because it's going to be popped up with dimensionals. But I'm going to place that on my Starburst here. I don't want it centered because I'm going to layer them. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I layered the balloons a little bit. So I'm just going to push this little guy down just a little bit more. Like that. Perfect. Then I'm going to take my dimensionals. And I'm going to apply them to the back side of this balloon, and then I'm going to stick it on top of this Starburst punch as well, just like that. Cool. And the good thing about the Tombow is that it gives you a little bit of time before it dries to manipulate it. So you can move it where you want. All right, and then I'm going to flip this on the back side. And I'm going to add some more dimensionals. About 3 or 4. And at this point, we're going to stick this balloon on top, or excuse me, the balloons on top of our box. Just like this. Making sure we have enough space at the bottom to put our baskets. And then I actually have some leftover dimensionals, I think. Yep. So you can use mini dimensionals, or you can use the remaining of your dimensionals. Just depends on what you want to do for the basket. Oops. So I'm just going to apply them to the back side of my baskets. Yep, just like that. All right, but before we put our baskets onto our bag, I am going to take a little bit of that ribbon and I'm going to cut a little bit of that off, just like that. And then I'm going to take my glue dots and I'm going to place some close to the bottom of that sentiment. And I'm going to stick my sentiment onto the piece of ribbon that I cut. Making sure some of it shows from underneath it. It's like that. See that? And then I'm going to take some dimensionals, but I'm going to make sure I don't lose this pen. That's when I fall on the carpet and then I'll stick myself in the foot. I'll be crying. I lost one before and I still haven't found it. One of these days I feel like I'm going to step on it though. That's going to be a bad day. Alright, and then I'm going to just take the backings off. And then I'm going to attach this down onto here just like that. And then you can even go back in and angle your ribbon, which you kind of have an idea of how long it needs to be. And then last but not least, put the baskets underneath your sentiment. Just like that. And like this. Oh, there's a little bit of that dimensional sticking out. Cut it off. Alright, and to add some finishing touches onto this little guy, we're going to take some rhinestones. And I'm going to place them onto the Coastal Cabana balloon. Just like that. Alright. And there you go. How stinking adorable is that? Oh my goodness. So cute, so cute. All right, guys, so there you have it, some cute little tree bags. I hope you guys enjoyed today's projects just as much as I did creating them. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun playing around with the set, and I have some additional samples too that I look forward to sharing with you guys and creating with you. If you haven't already gotten this stamp set or the bundle, man, make sure it's on your wish list. If it's on your wish list, make sure you get it, okay? Because it's a great addition to your collection, and it's very versatile. So many things that you can do with it. But other than that, if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, and you can find all of the information pertaining to all the supplies that I used today on today's projects down below in the description box. There will be links down there that'll take you straight to my online store where you can place a purchase. If you place a purchase, don't forget to use the host code if it's under if your order is under $150 before shipping and tax. And with all orders, I always send my customers a really beautiful thank you card. So if you want a handmade card, be sure to place an order, and that is my token of appreciation for you guys supporting my business. But other than that, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all things Stampin' Up, and to receive notifications on all of my uploaded video tutorials. Well, that's all I got for you guys for now. So see you next time. Thanks for watching. And